Okay, let's just keep it casual. Where the hell do you meet the good women? Elvira is 21. So for anyone who will be, oh, there is no good women in Generation Z, it is completely not true.
Ambition is very important as well. I asked him question, what is his mission after he told me about his business. I'm always telling myself, I don't know anything about his business. I'm not giving any advices.
What do you tell him? How do you support him?
I'm curious. Yes. And from exactly these moments, I just so believed him. And he told me that he wants to impact on millions people. He first asked me what's my values. Yes, I'm proud of myself in relationships that I'm not judgmental at all. You have to ask, just ask.
Yeah, don't guess, just ask.
Yes, don't guess.
Okay, let's just keep it casual. Hello, everyone. We're here today with Elvira.
Hi, everyone.
We got to know each other a couple of days ago. I got to know Elvira's husband a couple of months ago through a business program. And we finally met each other and found out that we are from the same kind of region in one country, very small region. We have the same ethnical roots, completely the same. And we found out that we're both about femininity and elegance. Do we want to say anything else?
Yes, I realized that now we just have so much coincidences in our life, so much common, and we met like 2 days ago, but we found so much interesting about each other, so fast. We came here on beautiful place, and we're doing podcasts, which is my first podcast in my life as well.
I think we're just going to get right into it because we don't have as much time, probably.
Yes.
The question that I got the most from people, I asked people, hey, I'm going to be chatting with a woman of high caliber, with a very feminine and elegant woman. What would you like to know from her? You know, how to find the same women like you. And I wanted to talk about how did you and Shako got to know each other, where he found you. Yep.
Usually I like to hear the story from him because he's talking so nicely about me in that story.
Yeah, just 1 second. So, when me and Shako, we saw each other on a mastermind, I asked him a question. What was the first thing that he noticed about his wife, when he first saw her? And he told such a nice story about him seeing her for the first time in this red dress and really no makeup, but very natural, very feminine. Yeah, Elvira being in this red dress, very feminine, very light, very young and, energetic. And he saw you and then he mentioned your eyes. That's the first thing that he noticed. And when he came up to you and he was talking to you, he said that you had very kind of deep eyes, very mature eyes. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I met my husband just 1 year ago, 1 year and 2 months, last August. And after 8 months, he proposed me, but he told me that we'll marry even on the first date because I asked him and he asked me very important questions about what we are looking for in relationships, what's our goals, what's our values. And it's very easy to build like long-term relationships, which like very in flow from the first time when you just know from the first time what's important for you. And it's exactly what we talked about. And what I noticed is the same what he noticed. Eyes, because we had very strong eye contact, and I think that it's one of the most important thing in man and woman connection. And I noticed not many people can do it. They usually trying to coach their eyes when you're holding eye contact. But I noticed his like dangerous eyes. He has very masculine appearance. Yes, but it was scary me because I felt very comfortable to talk to him, and what helping me, for example, to have this deep, mature look, uh, my curiosity about person always. And when you have this kind of childish, not childish, but usually children, they're very open-minded. They always trying to do some new things. They doesn't look like with off eyes, off light. So I think this helped me to coach his attention first place.
What do you think got his attention in you? Because people have asked me, what are the attributes of a woman of a high caliber?
Of course, the first thing what men noticing first, it is like how you look. And it's not always about how beautiful you are. It's about how you're holding yourself in present moments. It's about your body language. Usually for women, it's good when your movements are slow and when you're not rushing, even when you're not late. Of course, when you're late, you can be rushed, but with time, you can train to do it more elegant as well. Yeah, this elegance in in every action, in every word you're saying. Yes, I think this is what helped me to coach his attention. And also it is very relaxed face. Like you shouldn't smile.
Tweaking all the time?
Yes. Your body should be relaxed, but like fit. What I mean by that, like you're walking, for example, and you're not like look like weak. Yes, you are holding your posture, but you're not in tension. Yes,
not intense.
Yes, not intense. Yes, I think it's what he noticed and how I usually in my usual life. Yes.
So this mix of elegance, softness, and at the same time, in a way, structure. Someone who knows how to hold herself, and but at the same time remaining soft, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the appearance-wise. What about values of a high-value woman? A woman of high caliber.
What about me was at that time when I met him, I wasn't in a state when I looked for relationships. So I didn't try to look nice or to force myself. I think it's very important when you you don't know when you will meet your right person. So you should train yourself, be always in that, always ready. And I feel like high value woman, she know what she wants, but she not expecting it from men, for example. She training yourself to be that person, that woman who will attract the type of man she wants. So at that moment, I just every day, every week, every month, I did so many self-development trainings, books. I just worked on myself a lot.
And for the girls, what did you do?
I did a lot of energetic and for energy, for relaxing body, for clear mind, because it's very important when you have just nothing in your mind. And it helped me. A lot of meditations I did at that time, because at that time I worked a lot. Yes, and like 24 hours, 7 days.
We basically have the same story as well. I also had a period of my life when I worked just 24/7 and a lot, and it takes a certain amount of experience to understand how you can balance the feminine part and the masculine part, the part of your life where you're working constantly and the part of your life where you have to soften Because if you are not softening as a woman, if you don't embrace this feminine part of yours, you just become a man, but in a skirt.
Yes, I agree with you. I like that you remind me about softness as well. And also what I did, it is just put in my schedule minimum 20 minutes to self-care. And at that day, I invested 4 hours in my self-care in the day when I met my husband. Yes, I just went to beauty salon and I was so relaxed in here and I didn't have any thought about my work. So after it, I was just so present. I didn't think about any like strategies, like CRM, all these things. So I think, and now he's telling me that I'm completely different person because now I chose not working as I did before. I started a new sphere for me. Was really awakening my like more emotional intelligence and my hard skills. So I am really grateful for my path.
Got it. So you mentioned that he told you that you've changed. How you think you've changed?
It was huge changes in me, and it is also because what he did. We both did huge work in relationships and doing it every day. I believe that strong relationships, they have challenges every day. But it's a question how you dealing with it and you holding it or you talking honestly with your partner. And it's building this long-term like trust and for women it is to be open about your emotions. So I think yes, because it is completely opposite relationships what I had before. Yes, it's I always wanted a man who not only like successful, have a business, have a goals, ambitious, but who also emotional intelligent. Yes, and I believe that you can build stable life for your family and taking care about your family when you are doing improvement. Yeah, self-development and working on your emotional intelligence.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I wanted to mention that Elvira is 21. So for anyone who will be telling me on my calls that, oh, there is no good women in Generation Z, there are no good, young women nowadays, it is completely not true. It is a matter of who you are attracting yourself and what kind of boundaries you have, what kind of values you have, and where you place yourself in order to find the good women, the good people. Because, for example, me and Elvira, we got attracted to each other, very quickly. And when Shako, for example, met me, he told me, I would like to introduce you to my wife and I want you to be friends. And we met each other and we found so many similarities. So it's not even about even meeting directly the people that you want to meet, but in general, creating a social circle that you would like to have, and then you'll get the connections. So, yeah, got it. Another questions that I got asked: where the hell do you meet the good women? Men don't know. Where do you go? Is it the restaurants, very specific restaurants, very specific bars? I don't know. Everyone is wondering. And where did you and Shako met each other?
I think it's very like practical question now.
And that's what usually men are asking. They want the practices. They're like, where? I got so many questions. Everyone is asking, everyone is saying, yeah, okay, I understand the values, but where do you find them? Where are they going? And the interesting part is, well, I think it's me and my other female friends, but probably you're the same. We don't really go anywhere that much, and we have very small circle. That's the thing. So, yeah, what can you say about it?
Yes, I absolutely agree that I have same very small circle, and I'm pretty picky with the events where I'm going or places. So And I think if you're asking about where men can meet, I think it is like for me, it's like relying on fate.
Relying on a fate?
Yes, yes. And how I told before, just to work on yourself and think, because our partners or who we may meeting, it is just our mirrors. And which type of girl, woman you want, think about what she can do. Yes, for example, you want a woman without bad habits. Of course, she will, I don't know, walk on a beach at 8 a.m., not after a bar party. Where else? I'm sure it is some very chilled cafes, aesthetic.
Not too loud cafes or bars.
Yes, absolutely no bars, no.
And also places where people don't really drink. We both, for example, don't drink. And do you go to clubs?
No, I never was in my life in clubs, because I don't like. I think high value women, she don't want to attract too many attention. Yes, because she not seeking for outside validation, because she has very strong inner validation. So most of the time she's in quiet places.
Okay. If you're in quiet places, how does your day usually go? Like, let's compare before living with Shako and right now.
It's very changed, because before I was just relying on myself.
Yeah.
Yes, and I woke up very early. I meditate in the morning.
How early is early?
7, 8 a.m. But 1 year I woke up from 5 to 6 a.m. while I lived in Russia. I did a lot of walking. But then we met in Bali. And before him, I just had very, this digital nomad girl life. And yes, I did yoga, meditation. I drove every week to rice fields to do yoga. Yes, I think girls who more like quiet lives, they choosing one kind of sports. Like, for example, now it's big fashion to boxing. Like a lot of girls doing boxing. And
is it?
Yes. I saw many girls in Russia in their like Instagram stories. Yes, I think it is more relaxing sports as well, like Pilates, like yoga, like stretching, all these things. And these type of sports, they also awakening your like this flow state, your softness.
You softens you as well, and the stretching especially. For example, I don't know if we're going to talk about it, but more like a feminine thing, but hip stretching, you've heard?
Yes.
Like the more you stretch it, the more trauma you release.
Yes.
Did you ever had, I might cut it, did you ever had this experience where, let's say, you would do hip stretching and then you'll start crying because the trauma or pain would release? Because here women store a lot of trauma.
I don't think that I had a lot of like very strong emotional traumas, but I did one very strong training in Moscow. And before meeting Shako, I just did a lot of personal development trainings. And here and in these trainings, we did a lot of physical activities to release the stress. I was in 7 days training, and all what we did is just physical activities, because the main trainer, he strongly believes that for women is extremely helpful. And it was a lot of about stretching. It was crazy. We just did that when you standing on your
Planka?
Yes, planka.
Plank, maybe?
Yes, we did it for 20 minutes. Yes.
You were like an army.
Yes, it was army, but it was so hot. It was like 1,000 people in one room.
Wow.
Yes, like 900 women, maybe it's 100 or 900 women, 100 men, but it was mainly for women.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, so before that, before Shako, your day would be just a bit more maybe stressful because you were relying on your own.
Yes.
And right now, what do you do? When do you wake up? How does your life look like?
Now I'm living completely different lifestyle because I'm owl now. I'm waking up at 9, 10, 11 a.m. sometimes. Yes, it's all if before I had this discipline and structure in my work. Yes. Now I have discipline structure in my housework, household chores, because I'm still a person who who still 1 year before, like a lot of values still here. Yes. But I'm just finding different ways to fulfill them. For example, I'm not trying to discipline my husband. I'm still disciplining myself, but at home things. Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of things for home, like cleaning, cooking, 3, 4 times a day. And it's also big investment of time.
It is a huge investment on time. Yeah, it's just a different kind of energy here, but it's also very structuring.
Yes, I agree. And it's sometimes women telling like, what if I will be housewife and my man will I wouldn't have any control, or like I couldn't manage my own life, like I wouldn't have my own money. But I think that when your man ready for taking responsibility, he will be happy to see that relaxed and chilled woman who doing just like very feminine things at home. Yes, it's very interesting, and it was big insight for me. And my husband, he told me on our first day that he want like that because he saw it in his family. Her mom was whole life just at home, working home, and she's still in very flowy energy, and I love it.
Yeah, I hear a lot from my clients and just men that I know in my life that they would rather, pay if needed, pay their wife the amount of money that she's making at work just so she keeps, feminine, soft, so she, doesn't scream at the man when he backs home because she was also working the whole day. Because we were talking about it a couple of days ago. There are things in relationships that just work. The traditional relationships, they just work. So why try something new?
Yes.
Right? For some people, I'm not saying that it is for all, but how many people do you think you meet nowadays that say, I want a traditional relationship in your surrounding?
Mm-hmm. I think for people, not much people talking about it now. I noticed it because I think that not much people know what they want in relationships. Yes.
That's what I'm working on with my clients, male or female. We figure out what the hell they want. Because a lot of men are saying, yeah, I want a beautiful, I don't know, Russian woman, and she'll be feminine and maybe hot. But then I say, what else? And no one knows the values, and you have to be very precise. Yeah. Before meeting Shako, did you have maybe that list in your mind of what you were looking for in a man? Maybe not in your mind, maybe somewhere written.
Yes, I had it written, but I completely forgot about it. And I remember I just accidentally found it after 2 or 3 months of meeting Shako. And I checked it and I was like, wow, it was like 30 out of 31 points, what Shako was.
What was that 1 point?
Um, I wouldn't tell specific what is
Okay.
it, but it was just something what I didn't know because I didn't ask.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's all. But now it's already yes, not fixed, but I mean it's already he has it. So now it's 31 out of 31.
Yeah.
But you know why I told that I forgot about it because I didn't like too much focused on it to finding or to like to judge he don't have like all these things because I believe when you're not focusing exactly on result what you get, what you want to get, you will get much more than what you want.
Could you please repeat that?
When you're not focusing on result, what you want to have, you will get much more what you like potentially expect. Yes.
I think you're saying the words that my dad is saying, but in just different kind of wordings. So my father, what he says, don't try to find an ideal person that fits all the criteria. Just find someone who's good enough and let the life, figure it all out. And also he says this thing, the man doesn't have to be really beautiful or handsome. He just gotta be handsome enough so you don't throw up when you look at him. So don't focus on result.
Yes.
Don't focus on that list.
Yes. Because you will get much more than this list. Because, for example, I have now relationships what I never think it exists. Yes, in man, and I could have it. I didn't think about it.
Got it. Any other attributes of a high value woman? So we mentioned how she should move, how she looks like. What about values? What does she want from life? How does she see family? How does she see, this idea of letting a man lead her and the family?
I think high value women want to be led and feel comfortable to be led when she feels it clarity in a man and when she feels this inner confidence which will be like in a man stable which don't depend of like outside environments because for example I never in 1 year and 2 months how we know each other with my husband I never thought he's stressing or like he chaotic or he don't know what he wants or he like arguing with somebody like very loud or disrespecting somebody with words and it is about this about stable inner like this
energy from a man.
yes
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How does a man can create? How can a man create this feeling of clarity for a woman?
Interesting question. I never thought it from man perspective. But let me think a little bit.
Maybe it's the words that he can say. Maybe it's the plans that he is actively telling you. Like, this is what is going to be happening. This time. Maybe the thing that he first told you on the first date, looking for someone for marriage, right? Or maybe it's the actions. Maybe something like that.
I think because it's very specific all the time for different men, it can be different things.
Let's imagine that here you have a male friend and he's single. Let's say he's 28 or to 35 somewhere, and he's trying to find a woman, or maybe ready for marriage. Not trying, but ready for marriage. The clarity part, that's what I hear from all women. All women want to know what's going to be happening. because it's actually, I think personally, and not just me, it's evolutionary and biological thing in us. We want the clarity, we want the peace, because someday we're going to be pregnant for a lot of the times, you know, or maybe for multiple months. So our body naturally wants the clarity, the peace, and that's what you men kind of have to show to women. So how do you think they can show that they are a great leader, an amazing provider, someone who's stable and peaceful? How does maybe Shaka shows it to you?
You know what else I noticed very strongly in our first meeting? We didn't know each other, but he just was so curious about me. And I felt like I'm just the only one woman now in the world. Yeah, so I think that the woman wants to feel like special, you know? And I think it's he also asked me good questions to know me better. Like when men don't try to do his own things, how he thinks, like guess, you know. But when he asking woman, and then she sees that he doing what she told him, and she feels hurt.
What kind of questions did he ask?
He first asked me what's my values. Yes. What's my body, or not body, love language.
Love language?
Yes, it's very important. Love language. And when you know, for example, as a man, values for woman, how she sees this world. Yes, because we are like man and woman, each person like different universe. And one thing can be one thing, for man it can be a completely different thing. And then when you know your partner values, you start to act from her perspective. Yes, because I can't tell them now what every woman expects. But I think it's good to mention that you have to ask, just ask.
Yeah, don't guess, just
Yes.
ask.
Yes, don't guess. Yes, think.
But there are also things that are kind of rude to ask on a first date, and that's important to mention. And I think some men lack the education on this part. For example, not really asking about the body language. Some men, first 5 minutes in, they're like, "What's your not body language? Wait, I'm sorry. Body count." You know, first couple of minutes that they get to know you, they ask you how many people you slept with, and that's rude. You gotta ask, but not, rude. Okay. When he asked you, what are your values? What did you say?
I think I asked him about what his values, but he asked me what's important for me in a man. Yes, he asked me this, and I said confidence, ambition, and some. In that moment, I saw a picture how I saw a man, and it was like very strong horse who like very fast running, and I just described him this image. Yes. Ambitious is, I think, ambition is very important as well. I asked him question, what is his mission, after he told me about his business. And from exactly these moments, I just so believed him. And he told me that he wants to impact on millions people. And he didn't expect that it will come so quickly. And I think that here is now I'm telling already not already. I'm telling now for women, like man, he is successful. He growing when he firstly feel his woman support, and from like very basic levels, he feel it, and then he can own it build something else. He can go to business. He can be confident on the meetings because his woman didn't say something like bad for him. And yes, I'm proud of myself in relationships that I'm not judgmental at all. I'm always telling myself, I don't know anything about his business. I'm not giving any advices, like all these things.
What do you tell him? How do you support him?
Firstly, I'm curious. Yes, because I know that not much men can be open about it as well, but they all need kind of support from women because it's woman energy. And firstly, I'm asking like very not with like checking, not checking, but be curious. Yes.
Like, how did the day go? How was work? How were calls? Like
yes, yes. And I noticing his powerful sides in it. What helped him to achieve these things. I'm not telling like I'm not giving these words like cool or great or like like marks at school. It's not like a student. I'm not a teacher. I am doing compliments based on something, like especially on actions. Yes, and
what do you say, for example?
let me think.
Sorry.
Like for example, after
Again, please.
after he shared me that he going to very cool events like a dinner with a very high achieving man, I told him that like really it's now your reality because you became this type of man who attracting your like a dream person in your life. And I think it's also for women to be important to be a great listener because in that case you can connect some things from the past.
Yeah.
For example, he told you something what important for him, and now you're bringing it. Yeah, and you reminding him like mentally.
Yeah, and then the man thinks, "Oh my God, she remembered when I said that." Yeah.
Yes, and for men, it's also a sign that he only one in your life, and you remember each detail about she remembering or each detail about you. Yes,
That's so sweet. What would you say to men that always say, "Where are all the good women at?" You know, why the hell all women are so masculine today? Do you agree with that?
I think that I don't want to give here like some answer. I want to man ask himself like what's your benefit to being in that position when you're thinking like that all women are masculine. Yes, it's very like coaching question.
Yes. And for women, the same thing would be who say, "Where are all the good men at?"
Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, and every advice what I can give is like it's working for both sides.
Would you say that there are not a lot of feminine women nowadays? Because I want to hear yours, and then I'm going to say what I think.
I think that we talked about it a couple of days before that now trends are changing, and now this I think trends
Back to
yes, they're back, and it's you can see it even in fashion, in these trainings like much more women now, especially in young ages. I really feel good, and I really feel good about it that next generation, our children, they will be more like emotional intelligent because no, I think that it's only good things what happening now.
Yeah, so men, if you think there are not, a lot of good women out there, there are a lot of good women. And we know personally that other feminine women, elegant women with really good values and very young as well. So, yeah. Do you have any advice to people in relationships, maybe? how to sustain a good relationship. Maybe you could advise any rituals that you have in your relationship that keep it going.
Mm-hmm. I remember now one thing, for example, for women who are already in relationships and who to read one book, what I recently read, and I'm so I don't know why I didn't read it before marriage. It's about marriage, yes, but I think that it's like preventive medicine when you start to heal something before it starts pain.
What book is it?
It's Surrendered Wife, how to like have a peace, love in relationships, all these things. And it's teaching very practical things. So I will highly recommend this book. Yes, it's about how to build relationships when men taking responsibility and where women feel comfortable with that.
I would also recommend for men to read books that good women read, because that's how you understand what they want and what they're expecting from you. So don't be scared to read those books as well.
Yes, I know that my husband read a lot of books about it because he was very different as well, like 5 years ago. And his way, his path with like high value man, he started with books. Like he read a lot of Robert Greene books. What you told me
Classic.
about. Yes, and. Yes, if some men want a recommendation for books, they can message me and I will connect them with my husband. He can recommend as well books.
Yeah, I'm going to leave everyone's links below the video. But I'm also doing a podcast with Shako this week. So we're going to hear him and we're going to see what he thinks about your relationships.
Yes.
Okay, I think we're going to be ending this video because it's getting really, really dark.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for today. And if anyone has any questions to Elvira, I think I'm going to confidently say you can ask her questions in the comments, and I'll be seeing them, you'll be seeing them, right?
Yes.
And maybe we'll be making part 2 as well. Again, Elvira is 21, amazing woman, amazing values, radial wife to an amazing, very masculine, successful man. So, yeah, thank you for being with me today.
Сцена после фильма.
Да, сцена после фильма. We just wanted to say one thing. We already were talking about it last time that we were together at Cigar Lounge. So we figured out that we both were ugly ducklings at school. We were very nerdy. I was this kind of a girl. A+ student, straight A+ student. Were you also as well? A+ student?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's the best mark.
Yeah. The best in the class, something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The best in the class. I was with glasses and braces and pimples, and I was extremely insecure. What about you?
I wasn't insecure because it gave me some confidence because people want to have like friendship with me, but only because I could help them.
Same.
Yes, only because of it. Yeah, so I had some like I felt like I have some power. Yes, but they also gave me some nicknames like I told you.
Galina Sergeyevna. Yeah, it's a Russian thing.
Yes.
Those who understand, they'll understand. Wait, what do they say? Those who know, no. No, wait. What do they say?
About what?
Those who know. Those who understand will understand. Something like that.
Yes, yes.
What is it saying?
I'm not.
I know. If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
Yes,
you don't.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we just wanted to mention that for all the girls, young girls out there, if you're kind of an ugly duckling and you would like to become a beautiful, elegant woman one day, and you don't feel like it, just wait a little bit and work on yourself, work on your brains, because we both work on our brains a lot when we were at school and university. Yeah, so focus on your studies, not guys, and then when you're gonna grow up a little bit, everything's gonna be fine.
I think that for girls who in these young ages, I want to say that the best moment to change something and to build your dream life, it's now.
Yes.
Because you never will be that young, that energetic, and that you will never have such a soft mind as now. Yes, because now you don't have like bad experiences or bad beliefs, so start now and you will grow very fast.
Yeah. And if something bad happens, that's alright as well, because I think the mistake that women make is when they grow older, they become a bit more bitter. You know, their heart was broken a lot of the times.
Yes.
A lot of people betrayed them. But if the world is trying to make you harder in a way, make you more masculine, it is even a greater power of you to remain feminine and soft. And if you wait a little bit and you will stay, no matter what, soft and feminine, it's all gonna be good. I think. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. Bye.